Hello guys, I'm going to show you how you can download and use SQLite extension in Visual Studio Code. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is go to extension and write SQLite. This is the extension we're going to be using. Please install it. And also, if you're using Linux, you will need to install SQLite 3. Since I'm using a Docker container with Linux, I'm going to install it. Sudo apt update. Okay, and then sudo apt install SQLite 3. If you're using Windows or Mac, you don't need to do this. Okay, so now we are going to create a database using Python. Okay, so let's go to our files. I'm going to open a Python file, import SQLite 3. I'm going to execute it. This is a core library, and I'm going to create a connection to the database. My connection is equal to SQLite tree that connect to my database.db. If your database does not exist, it will be created. Now you need to create a cursor. A cursor is an object. This object will allow you to interact with your SQL database. Okay, my cursor is equal to my connection, that cursor. I'm going to execute this. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to create a SQL table from a pandas data frame. To do this, I'm going to import Zborn, and I'm going to create a pandas data frame called Titanic. Titanic is equal to, I think it's, um, I think it's log dataset. What dataset? Titanic. And let's see what we have here. Titanic.head. Let's execute this. Okay, now we have our pandas data frame. Let's create a SQLite table from this. How can we do that? Titanic, the method is to SQL, that receive the name of the SQL table, in this case, Titanic, the same, and I will use my connection to the database. If the table exists, replace. Okay. Also, index equal false. This will send our pandas data frame into a SQL table in our database. Okay. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, now the best practice here, guys, is to close your cursor and also commit your changes. Now, my cursor that close and also my connection that close. Sorry, commit. Mhm. So now, as you can see, we have our database here, and let's use the extension. Please open your command palette or press F1 and write SQLite, open database, select your database, and there you have the SQLite Explorer. Here's our database. It's expanded, and this is our table. Here's an arrow that if you press it, that shows the table, the content of the table. And there we go. Mhm. There we go, guys. Interesting. So there are two ways you can query your tables. The first one would be something called press Ctrl Shift P or F1 or open your command palette and write SQLite quick query. Select your database, and here you can enter your query. For example, select star from Titanic where sex equal female. And here we have the result of the query. This is the first option. If you have a more complex query, you will need to create a .sql file. I'm going to close this. Okay. Open your command palette, select SQLite, new query. As you can see, a .sql file is open. I'm going to save it as queries and more, for example. And here we can write a very big queries or data manipulation language or data definition language, everything we need, okay? So for example, let's count the number of people in each class. Let's count the number of people in each class. So where's the class column? Right here. For example, select from Danny group by class, group by class, and count total. And also order by total descending. To execute this, you can select the query, right click, and run query, or press Ctrl Shift Q. Okay. Select your database, and here we go, guys. This is the result, and this is an example how you can query your tables using a .sql file. Let's try create a table with first class man. Okay. Let me open the table first. Again, first class man. Okay. Select from Titanic where equals to mail. Mhm. This will retrieve all the rows that contain a passenger, a male passenger, okay? But I need to create a table here. This table will be saved in our database. So create table mm, first first class man as select start from Titan or sex equal man. Okay. So before execute this, you need to comment all your previous query. So Control K C and Control Shift Q. Now let me open our files and refresh this. You can see that our table it's been created. Mhm. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Okay. When using the SQLite extension, this is auto commit. Okay. You don't need to commit manually. This is auto commit. So once you've done with this, you need to close your connection to the database. So press F1, SQLite, close database. Select your database, and there you go. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoy. So if you have any comments, please let me know and see you in another video. Bye bye.